Hi there, welcome to my channel where I take you on tours of unique homes and showcase stories of people living alternatively. In today's episode, we're meeting Stacey, an entrepreneur who's embraced tiny living as both an affordable lifestyle and a way to get a fresh start. After running into some challenges with her builder, Stacey decided to take matters into her own hands. She remodeled and restyled her house to best fit her unique needs. She'll take us on a tour of her tiny mansion and explain how she uses her home to manifest what she craves most.
When it comes to design of the kitchen and the colors that I chose, it embraces my heritage. Having this TV in the loft, it makes it feel like a big screen TV. So I didn't have to supersize my TV, I just shrunk my house.
But before we jump right into this week's episode, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell because that's the only way you're gonna know every single time we publish a new unique home tour.
Will you join me? Will you roll? Make this house our tiny home.
Hi, my name is Stacey and welcome to my tiny mansion, the Tiny Vixen. In 2020, everybody knows what happened in 2020. It was my opportunity to really reboot my life and set on a new journey. When I decided to go tiny and I was looking for a builder, I wanted to have a builder that would do it 100%. And my first builder that I had, who was gonna do it 100%, I actually had to fire them. That's a story for another day. With my backup, they couldn't do everything that I wanted. So I took a hybrid approach. And so the builder did all the bones and the structure. And then I did the other 50% as a DIY. The reason why this is called a tiny mansion is because it's a little bit bigger than the travel trailers, right? I landed on a park model. A park model is about 11 feet wide is my house. I do have a 12-foot deck. So if you include that, my house is 46 feet long. That's why it's called a tiny mansion, right? And about square footage, the first floor is 399 square feet. But I have a loft upstairs, which is about 150. And if you include the deck, all in all, it's about 685 square feet. Now, in terms of the cost for my home, I do want to preface, I'm in Southern California, people. The average price of a condo in the area that I'm in is $500,000. The standard price for my model was $76,000. With all the upgrades that I did, it brought it to $130,000 from the builder. And then I put in $25,000 as a DIY. So all in all, the house itself was $155,000 versus $500,000. I think that's good. I really feel it's the first home that I've had that is truly me, that really captures my personality. And when I walk in my front door, I just want to smile and have that energy. And that's also the same feeling that I want people to have. The rent that I pay for my lot is $1,075, but it doesn't just include the lot. It also includes all the amenities that are in the community. So we have a community pool, we have a dog park, we have a basketball court, and we have a community room. Welcome to my tiny porch, which actually isn't so tiny. I wanted to really take advantage of the California outdoor living as well, and I wanted to add square footage to my tiny space. So I went and did an upgrade and added on this deck. So it actually is 12 feet by 11 feet. And I love it so much because every single morning I sit here and I enjoy my coffee. I've always wanted to have a hammock. So since this deck was large enough, I finally was able to have my hammock, and it fits 2 people because I wanted to have an inviting space for other people to join me here. Hello and welcome to my tiny house. Come on in. I really had to change a lot of things that the builder had in the standard floor plan because one of the biggest things was I wanted to have a proper door. The original door was a sliding glass door that was on one side of the room, and I wanted to be able to walk in the front of my house so I can actually sit down at my quasi foyer and do the things for my shoes and have them someplace to put. I wanted to have wall space at the same time for my art. So this is all my beautiful art. Art is my happy place. And so when I walk into a house, I want to smile. Now, the other thing here is when we're entering into a house, I was saying to myself, okay, where am I going to put my parasol, my umbrella? I decided to use cabinet handles. That's one thing about design. Don't be afraid to use things in different ways. What was also important to me about my living room design, I use a technique, and I actually teach it, called mystic design. And that really is about using your home as a 3D vision board to manifest love, health, and wealth. So in my living room, I wanted to do connection and community. The sofa can seat 4, so I didn't have to downsize my furniture to fit in the tiny house. Now, the other changes I did in the living room from the builder, not only did I move and shift where the door is, I also moved and added windows. On the original design, there weren't any windows over here. It was a sliding glass door. So one of the upgrades I did is I added another window over here, because when everything is open, I don't have to use my lights that much, which is great for utility bill. Over here is my coffee table, which actually converts. This is also my dining table I can use it for, as well as my second office. Welcome to my kitchen. I feel my kitchen is the heart of the house. So when I chose this floor plan from the builder, I really wanted a workable kitchen, you know, and so I actually did quite a few changes to the builder's floor plan with the kitchen so I can have this amazing space. Builder had a refrigerator here and a half wall. And on this side, the builder had this little poke out area. So it made the space in between so cramped. And so it wasn't conducive for that connection and community that I was looking for. So I went ahead and said, okay, we're gonna move the refrigerator, and I moved it to the back, which allowed me to add these lower cabinets for additional storage. Because I added these cabinets as an upgrade, it allowed me to extend the counter so I can have more counter space, which then allowed me to extend the open shelving so I can have more storage in the open shelving. And I also got rid of that half wall to open up my kitchen. I did open shelving here, and I chose to do butcher block because I wanted to really soften up the black and white. And with the butcher block, it also opens up the kitchen so much more, especially since this is a low ceiling. So this allows for more airiness, and it doesn't feel as claustrophobic for it. And when it comes to design of the kitchen and the colors that I chose, as you can see, the black and white is like a theme that I'm doing throughout, but it also embraces my heritage and my background. So my heritage is Garifuna, it's in Central America, and our colors, and we have a flag, are black, white, and yellow. So I was even able to embed my culture within my kitchen and keep it really up to date and sassy and sexy and a lot of fun. Now, one of the things I love about my kitchen is the sink. I upgraded to do black hardware throughout the entire house, so this was installed by the builder. The other thing I did is I went with a gas cooktop versus a full range and stove because I wanted to save space. So instead, what I did is we took the doors off of this area of the cabinet, and instead I got a Panasonic 4-in-1. So this is a microwave, it's an oven, it's an air fryer, and it's great. And also with the butcher block, we went ahead and built this baking. So not only is it a stand for the microwave, I also have my baking items in here. And so I did it this way so that the stove wouldn't pop out and I can have more walking space. I also took the cabinet doors off because I really liked having the open shelving on that side, and I wanted to have a little bit of balance on this side. I used these other handles to hang these items off of because one of the things is I want to get as many things as possible off of the counter so I can have ample working space. The other thing with the design here is my refrigerator. Since I tuxedoed my kitchen, I thought I might as well tuxedo my refrigerator. And everybody, it's a magnet. So if I ever want to sell the refrigerator, it is pearly new. Bing. And I can change it to any other color that I want. And the freezer is down below. And I chose to have the one with the door because I liked it better than the freezers that you pull out. Originally, over here where my washer and dryer is was a door. And so I thought the door was wasted space. So instead, I chose to do washer and dryer hookups. So I love to have my tower. This is like my first real nice washer and dryer that I've had in all the different places. So I was so excited to have this. Now, because I have my washer and dryer and I have an apartment size refrigerator, well, it created a slight issue, a humongous gap in between the two appliances. So what I did with the contractor is we did a prototype of a broom closet. So yes, my tiny mansion has a broom closet, and even my yoga mat is hidden in here as well. The builder had this as linen closets. Now, I don't know about you, but even when I was in a standard house, I didn't have this many linens. Now, a pantry. And then on the top area, that is my medicine cabinet. And so now let's walk into my bathroom. Welcome to my bathroom. This actually is the smallest room in my tiny mansion, but just because it's small doesn't mean it can't pack a punch. So when I designed and used my Mystic design technique in the bathroom, it's really connected with your self-confidence, your self-esteem. When I was here in my tiny bathroom, I wanted it to feel luxurious. It feels very regal to me. So I have the gold with the mirror, which ties into the black and gold with the lighting. The pop of color I wanted to do in my bathroom was green, because it's like emerald and the jewel tones, and it just also, it attunes with the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. They always tell you, don't have the toilet right in front of the door. Well, when you're doing tiny, there's only so many places you can put a toilet. So what I did with my Mystic design technique is I created this installation here so that when you do open the door in the bathroom, you're not looking down at the toilet, but your eyes actually look up and you're viewing that, and it makes you smile. With my shower over here, I went with a slightly bigger than 36 inches. So this shower is actually 42 inches. And so that is the sassy tiny bathroom. In how I designed my bedroom, it was about bringing in romance as well as rest. I literally did my love altar that's here. So here's the pop of color that I brought into this room, which is the pink. And about 5 months after I did my love altar, the relationship kind of walked in my life. So manifested love. And my bedroom actually is downstairs. I have a downstairs bedroom. And the reason why that is, I wanted to future-proof my home. I'm in my late 50s. I'm not crawling in my bed. I can stand up. I chose a double size bed. And so I wanted to have walking room around my bed. Now over here with my closet, this is a standard closet that came with the floor plan. And it is massive, it is massive. So over here, I have like my shoes and all of the storage that goes all the way up. And in the bottom, the builder has these, they're called foot lockers. And so they go 2 feet deep. And so they are massive. There's also a practical reason why we painted them gold. Well, your feet are kicking on it all the time and you don't want to have all these marks on the white. So painting it gold, we won't see all those, imperfections that are there. Well, in tiny life, there's always a debate. Do you do stairs or do you ladder? And I chose stairs. And I upgraded these windows here to bring in light into the stair area so it wouldn't feel like a corridor. So come on with me over to my design center. It includes my office as well as my sacred space. Over here, I created a desk. So the legs got from Amazon and it was at the ideal height for the window. So the other thing I have here, more storage, people, as well as to move around. As you can see, I'm moving around up here. A lot of people's like, oh my God, on the loft, you're bending over. And I was getting a backache all the time. So these rolling footstools are amazing. And then with the storage. Now, when I'm actually wanting to sit at my desk, I just take the cushion, put it on top, and I'm desk height. Further into my office, which I also call as my media and TV room, this is what I did with the TV. I didn't want it downstairs. I put it up here. Having this TV in the loft, it makes it feel like a big screen TV. So I didn't have to supersize my TV. I just shrunk my house, and it is amazing. My seating that I have, it is a regular love seat. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't put the legs on it. So that way it could sit on the floor. I would have the height space with the ceiling. What I also created were these end tables. These are actually planter stands, and these are just round wooden discs. It's actually held on with Velcro. The reason why I did Velcro is I can interchange. If I want to change it to a different style, just pop on a new top and I just have to Velcro it on. And welcome to my meditation area, where it's more like my temple and my sacred space. Every single morning I am in meditation, and that really gives me the inspiration of what to do in life as well as my business. And then I go to the other side of this bookshelf to actually do the work. So the loft is actually one massive space, and I wanted to create two distinct spaces. So what I went ahead and did is I got these bookshelves, and I created them as a divider between the two areas, and I wanted to have something solid so that it can anchor me within the space. But it's a more subdued kind of space versus what I have downstairs, so I can be in that meditative Zen space. Little did I know that tiny was going to change everything around my life, because when I designed my life, I embedded, my intentions. I use my home as a 3D vision board. I'm just really loving it, and I'm soaking it all in, and I'm just allowing the house to help me manifest what I want. If you're not happy with your circumstances in life, if you want to experience more in life, go for it. I did this by myself. It's really that you can do it. No matter what it is, you just have to keep that dream alive. And I tell people, a dream is just a fantasy until it becomes real.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you'd like to grab Stacey's free Mystic Design gift, make sure you check out the link in the description, and I will see you soon with another unique home tour.